different kind of video for me. I worked at the OG Topshop, just true to what I love to wear, volume pieces. I'm gonna say it's more like a cropped trench coat. Hi guys, I thought I would sit down today, and as you can see from the title, I'm gonna talk you through the autumn trends that we're going to be seeing upcoming for the season, some new things in my wardrobe, and just some must-haves that I would say are like core staples to invest in for the season, or maybe something you've already got in your wardrobe and ways you can obviously wear that. So this is a little bit of a different kind of video for me. I thought it would be fun to just sit down, talk through it, because I always get so inspired ahead of the season. And as you've been seeing in my recent vlogs, I have been prepping the wardrobe. So I thought this was kind of like a good follow-up to show you the trends that I would preferably lean towards, and also how I don't always lean towards trends as well, on the other hand, which might seem a little bit contradicting. But let's get into this video and talk more. So I've been doing some of my research into what's going to be up and coming for autumn, and I'm not really one to follow trends. So I actually used to be a personal stylist, and I've worked in fashion since I could first get a job. I actually worked at the OG Topshop, so I have seen many trends come and go. I have brought into the trends, I have worn them, I have regretted them, and maybe I've loved them and they've come back around. As I've evolved with my style, I definitely feel like I have truly found my core style now, and what I actually love to wear, what I love to invest in. And for me, I feel like I say it a lot on this channel, but it really is quality over quantity. So I never want to push out loads of hauls or anything like that for you guys, but instead just kind of show what I'm buying and what I wear. And you'll probably see me wear the pieces a lot as well, because it really goes down to having those bread and butter pieces in your wardrobe, those good investments, the staples you can wear. So I've narrowed it down to around 4 or 5 categories, which we can put into trend categories of what I'm seeing is so big and upcoming, and things that I would generally actually wear and love, yet also still keeping my style very classic, very timeless, and just true to what I love to wear. And I really do think it comes down to what you feel confident in, and understanding your body shape and what just makes me feel good, and items I know I can mix and match within my wardrobe. I thought this might be a little bit more insightful to show how you can maybe interject it into your wardrobe or prep your wardrobe like I've been doing as well. So the first one is probably very core to me and what I love, and it's really this kind of heritage feel that we're seeing coming through, and it's becoming very popular. Obviously, albeit this is a very classic, very timeless trend, we're going to call it, but it really is leaning into that, as we're calling it at the minute, that Ralph Lauren era. And I feel like if you've been following me for a while, you know a lot of my core wardrobe pieces are from Ralph Lauren or very similar style. And that's not just saying it's narrowing it down to the brand, but it's giving it that kind of timeless heritage country-esque feel. And that very leans into my lifestyle at the minute. I'm between the country where I live and sometimes obviously traveling in the city, and it really is that kind of hybrid. So this is something I will definitely be continuing to wear and lean in more. So yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot of like tweeds, checks, herringbone, and this comes down to like the classic core pieces like your blazers, barn jackets, like gilets, and with that, those really earthy tones which mirror the countryside feel. And honestly, I feel like I brought quite a few pieces last year that I will continue to wear into this year that really lean into this trend, and I absolutely love it. I feel like it's just so timeless, and it really is that kind of country meets chic. And it's obviously your take on it as well, but I think with this, it's really kind of narrowing it down to those kind of like wax Barber barn jackets that we're seeing coming through. I've actually seen an amazing one on M&S, and it's green with the kind of like check tweed pattern on the collar. I actually tried it on in store, and it's really good quality. I also have my Barber from last year. I have a few check blazers, and we're seeing this a lot on the runways and also coming back on the high street as well. So there's loads of places you can look and pick these pieces up if it's not on the high end of the market. I'm also seeing with this, you're looking into more of those, like I said, barn jackets and obviously your trenches, but very much also a twist on it with a modern take of the crop trenches. Now, needless to say, this has been around for a while. I've had crop trenches in my wardrobe from 2-3 years ago that I still wear now, like from Arquette, and I know they bring it back. And I actually also recently invested, if you saw my Bista video, a cropped trench from Bista from Coach, which I know I'll be getting my wear out of. And I feel like these are really kind of those classic jackets that you know are just gonna work with anything in your wardrobe. And I like the kind of twist on it when it has a little bit of a print, like I said with the M&S one, or I've seen on H&M, they've been doing some really lovely like check blouses, check coats, barn coat, little kind of like midi trenches as well with the pattern running through it. And I feel like this just elevates your wardrobe with that little bit of something else to the coat or to a blouse for say with the pattern. So I think to round up this category of the trend that I'm talking about, you're thinking those really nice, rich, thick cable knits, gilets, blazers, maybe more of not a skinny jean, but like a tighter fitting jean, and mixed in at those earthy colours in your wardrobe, those barn jackets, wellies, riding boots. I actually just picked up a pair of Ralph Lauren riding boots from Bista, and I've found them online, so I will link them down below, but there's so many different options for these. Massimo Dutti do some. I've also seen them on H&M, Mango. So it really is just leaning into that country-esque feel, but giving it that chic twist. So this is something I would definitely be loving wearing and continuing throughout my wardrobe. Moving on to the next trend. This is this modern bohemian that we're seeing coming through. Even the blouse I'm wearing really kind of screams this. It's the blouses, the ruffles, the high ruffles, the frills, and just that really feminine take. So I feel like this has been kind of mirrored, especially with some of the designers and the runways. I would say this really leans into Chloe and Dior. So you're looking at those softer materials. You're looking at lace, kind of a hint towards that Victorian-esque style. And again, that kind of boho feel. This is definitely, I would say, more of like my sister's style, and she loves this. And it's kind of her core style, but again, you can lean into the trend. Like I have done with this blouse. It's got lovely lace detail here, it's got the frill, it's a lighter fabric, and it's great for those transitional pieces as well. And I think it's great that you can mix pieces like this in your wardrobe with other items that maybe aren't so feminine. So I would wear this with some denim jeans and mix and match it throughout my wardrobe with other pieces like tailored trousers, even shorts at the minute, and then I'd put something else chunkier on the bottom like a riding boot or a chunky boot. So I think it's a way that you can integrate it into your wardrobe, and I'm seeing some beautiful lace skirts, definitely the viral lace top that we're seeing on Zara at the minute. There's just so many beautiful pieces that lean into this, and like I said, it's that modern take on that bohemian feel. It's very romantic, it very much has that kind of layered feel to it, even more like sheer materials. Think lighter hues like pastels, kind of like creams, those lighter pinks. I actually just got a lovely set from H&M, which I'll show you, which really leans into this. It's a frill blouse with a matching midi skirt, but I think I'm gonna return the blouse and keep the midi skirt and mix and match it with items I already have. This really is kind of a romantic feel, and definitely more exaggerated pieces, like I said, with maybe more of an exaggerated collar, a neckline, a high neck. But I think this is a really pretty trend that I'll definitely be interjecting throughout pieces in my wardrobe, like I have done with this blouse. Another one I am seeing which is becoming quite popular is this Western trend. So it's needless to say again that suede has always kind of been around, and it comes back around, and it's definitely something I love to have in my wardrobe for autumn. I think it just really screams autumn. I actually just invested in a suede jacket, which I will share with you, and it kind of falls in between two categories I'm going to talk about. But leaning into this Western trend, you're seeing a lot of denim mixed with suede, or even double denim looks, those chunky belts, layering belts over the top, bringing the belt around the waist rather than kind of on your belt line. And also then looking into those Western style boots. Something I'm seeing a lot is the suede boots and the slouchy style boots as well. So it's kind of giving it, again, a modern take on that Western feel. And I feel like this could be a really cool trend. And also pieces, like I said, I might not always lean into this trend, but I'll have pieces in my wardrobe that will reflect it. Maybe a suede bag, a suede jacket, or suede shoes. I've seen some really cool options on the high street for like suede ballerinas, which I think, again, is just something that you can wear so much in your wardrobe. And it's not necessarily a trend, but it leans into it and it's definitely inspired by it. So I'm definitely seeing a lot of pieces on the high street that are inspired by this. And I think it's a really cool one to lean into as well. Or maybe pieces you already have in your wardrobe that you can do a double denim look with. And I think a key colour here, especially as we were talking about suede, is those chocolatey brown colours, which if you just think of autumn and the colours of the leaves, I feel like this just reflects it when you think of the suede materials mixed with other materials, and it just layers it. And I feel like I keep saying it, but I just think suede is so key, and I really love interjecting that into my wardrobe, and you'll see that a lot with the pieces that I'm going to be wearing over the upcoming season. Next trend is very much volume, and it leans into that power suiting, that kind of late 80s, early 90s feel. Something I always go on about is I'm very much inspired by the 90s era. I love it, that kind of real power dressing where you see women wearing suits, skirts and blazers together. And along with this as well, you're seeing exaggerated pieces that also lean into this peplum feel, which I feel like kind of goes back to that era as well. So those bringing you in at the waist, maybe bigger on the top, and also oversized jackets. So those big maxi coats with the shoulder pads. I have a few of these coats in my wardrobe and I've never got rid of them. I always bring them back out because for me, I feel like they're so timeless to my core style, and I love this. So I love that this is really kind of being a core comeback for this season because it's something that I love to lean into. It's really those powerful silhouettes, very sexy, very sharp, and I feel like this just is like that mix of businesswoman. She's standing on business, and I very much just love this trend. So you're going to be seeing it a lot. It's been really across the runway. When I think of this, I think of YSL, and especially when I went into Bista, you saw some of the pieces I was picking up. They're really kind of pointed toe heels, the sharp blazers, those really exaggerated pieces, which I think can make great staples in your wardrobe as well. It just screams sophisticated. Sophisticated and sexy, I feel like, are the words that come to mind when I think of this trend, and it's something I feel like really does kind of come back around, but I'm really feeling like it is kind of that late 80s feel, and for me, something I love, the 90s as well, so very much inspired by my own style. And lastly, something I will definitely be leaning in towards and have done in the past is drapes. So we're seeing, again, it kind of leans into the past category that I was talking about, but this is more draped coats, draped blouses, scarf tops, scarf blouses, and I think this is so chic. It screams elegance, and I actually had a few coats like this. I had a long one I got from Mango in this burgundy color, and the amount of compliments I got when I wore that coat, and it just makes you feel so put together, and also it's kind of like having a two-in-one. So you'll be seeing this a lot. I've been seeing it a lot with the runway, especially the draped kind of blouses that are coming through as well. And I know H&M had a beautiful, like a satin style of this. I know it keeps selling out, but I'm hoping they're going to bring it back in. But there's just a lot of pieces that can be kind of replicated throughout this trend when it comes to draping. Even like draped blouses you'll see, like I said, but even in different necklines. So maybe it comes across here, maybe more as a low neckline. I've also seen on H&M they've got like knitwear, which actually comes with separate draping. So I think this could be a really great trend to have in your wardrobe, and something I've had in past years and will continue wearing. I just really love this kind of feel, and I think it's just something that makes you feel effortless but put together. So I feel like they're kind of the standout trends for me. There is a lot of other trends we can talk about, like the slouchy boots, the slouchy bags, obviously things that come back around, like we're seeing a lot of loafers coming through this year, which again are just a core staple, I feel like, rather than like a trend-led piece. So now I've kind of covered what I've been seeing and what I'm going to be inspired by, I thought I'd show you some new pieces in my wardrobe so you can see what I'm going to be wearing for the upcoming season as well. Okay, so I've actually had a parcel arrive from H&M, so I thought it was perfect to show you in this video. My second part of the parcel hasn't arrived yet, so maybe I'll just share that in a separate vlog upcoming, because I feel like the second part is a lot more kind of autumn wear, whereas these are a little bit more transitional. But how beautiful is this blouse? Just with some jeans, very casual, maybe some ballet flats, like suede shoes. I just think this very much leans into what I was talking about, that modern bohemian trend. And I just think this is such a timeless one to have. I love the lace, like romantic, pretty details here. I love the neckline, the exaggerated neckline with the ruffles. I actually wore this week to go for a meeting, and then I went out for dinner afterwards in the city, and it was just perfect, that kind of nice top and jeans look. And I feel like this is something you can easily layer, obviously with a jacket over the top, but this is definitely a firm favourite that I've recently picked up from H&M that I have just been loving. And it's a really nice kind of like beigey ivory colour as well. I know the lighting probably isn't the best, it's very, very bright, and I am working on the setup. But just to quickly show you, as obviously these pieces are new in, and very much go with what I've been talking about in this video. Then I'm just moving the camera down slightly so you can see this a little bit more, but again, I will put it in the cutaway. These are these khaki pull-on trousers. So they've got the elasticated waist, and these are actually a little bit more of a wide leg fit, but just comfortable. So if you wanted to put this with like a white shirt, probably wouldn't wear it with the blouse that I'm wearing now, but just something very simple on top, even mixing it with a different texture, like a silk or a satin shirt. But the colour of these definitely is beautiful for the autumn time. This kind of light khaki green, more kind of that pastel-y hue as well, but I just think this is a great one where it can just be a comfy, easy outfit. And I have actually got the denim pull-on trousers from H&M that I've worn so much, so I really do love when they bring them out in different colours. Then this top, I was honestly so shocked when I saw this on H&M, because I genuinely thought this could be something you would see on like Reformation, a little bit more higher end of the market, but it is beautiful, and it is very much leaning into the trend of that kind of 80s, 90s volume pieces. So we're seeing the big kind of puff sleeves, the more like structured shoulders here, the high neckline, and then the way it fits around the body. This is beautiful. I wouldn't necessarily pair it with these jeans, probably maybe with like a lighter trouser, a white tailored trouser. These would really contrast well with, and the fact that this has got that kind of satin finish to it with that sheen is just beautiful. It makes it look so elevated and a lot more expensive than what it is. So I'm actually wearing an extra small, and it fits great. My only issue is like I can't really like get my hands up high. It has got a little bit of a tight fit to it, but then I do think this is meant to be fitted. So you'll be able to see in the cutaway with the white trousers, because I feel like it contrasts better than the darker denim. It's just kind of the pieces that I've got currently in front of me and that I've been picking up new to quickly style and try on and show you. But you'll be seeing me wear this. This is such a lovely piece that you can have as more of an elevated item in your wardrobe that you want to have a little bit more dressy. Say you're going out for dinner, say you go out for drinks or an event. But then again, you can still dress this down, and it would look great as well with like a midi skirt. But I love the fact that this kind of leans on that romantic feel, but also that real structured, sexy kind of silhouette as well. And it's just something that is so me. I love a puff sleeve. So this next item from H&M, I am actually going to return, but I want to show it you anyway, because it really leans in to that kind of heritage feel of this check print going through it, the beautiful colors. And this I actually have picked up in a blouse, which is soon coming, but I'm seeing this a lot on H&M, this beautiful pattern. It's just the dress wasn't really for me. I will show you in the cutaway how I kind of styled it with a white shirt underneath, and probably you'd put like riding boots with this, but I feel like there was just something off, and I feel like it might not be a timeless piece in my wardrobe just because of the shape of the dress. I'm not sure if I would wear this a lot. So it's something I am going to return, but I think is a really sweet piece if you did want to look at purchasing it. It just wasn't for me, but I love the print going through it, and it really leans into that trend that I've been talking about. And then this is the set that I mentioned from H&M, and it is very much falling into that modern bohemian. It is really, really pretty, and I love the lace detailing here on the bottom of the skirt, and this kind of really light hue of pink, very much like a pretty romantic feel with the lace. And I feel like I had a vision for this with the top and the skirt, but there's just something off, I think, with my figure that doesn't work with this. And I think that I'm going to keep the skirt and wear this with other pieces in my wardrobe, because I think this is so pretty and so feminine, but I just don't think the top works for me. But I just wanted to share this again because it's brand new in from H&M, such a good price, and it really does lean into that kind of romance that we're seeing coming through with this trend. That romantic feel, the sheer feel of the material, the fluidity. I really think this is such a pretty set. It's just something about the top that doesn't sit right with me with the skirt on my figure. Then this is the jacket I was talking about, and this just screams autumn. So this is actually new in from Zara, and it's a little bit pricey because it's 100% leather. It was 119. However, I don't know if I can see past the smell, because it definitely has that smell since I got it out of the box. I did get it in a small, and I'm kind of wishing now I got it in an extra small, but I'm still undecided because I love the fact it's got this beautiful shape to it with the peplum. But I feel like I just want it to kind of cinch me in a little bit more. And I love the colour of this. It's so beautiful with the suede effect. Although it is obviously leather, it gives that suede effect to it. And then the gorgeous kind of, again, high neckline here with the buttons coming down, but it just makes it with the shape of it with the peplum. And this again falls into that trend that I was talking about with that kind of nod with the 80s and the 90s feel, and also leaning into the Western one with it having these colours and the shape, with it having this colour going through it and the texture. But I think I maybe need the extra small. I'm just undecided. I really love the jacket. I love the shape of it. I love the colour. And I feel like it's something I really would love to wear so many times and style it so many different ways in my wardrobe. But there's just, I think, something about the size that's off for me. And I'm hoping that the smell will go. But how beautiful is it? You can see up close. It's just such a lovely jacket, and it's making me very, very excited for styling my outfits for autumn when I put on pieces like this. I then spotted this cropped, I'm going to say it's more like a cropped trench coat on Anthropologie, and I haven't shopped a lot of pieces on there before. It does come up high neck, as you can see, and it's got this real nice structure to it, and the fact you can obviously tie it. But it really does have that beautiful check print going through it, and I love the colours. And I feel like this has got a really cool shape and design to it. I've just put it with these jeans, and I'm well aware the suede jacket didn't go well with these jeans before, but as I said, I'm just quickly putting the pieces on to show you it's not necessarily how I'd style them. But I feel like this is really cool. I just don't know, again, if I need to maybe downsize in this. The only thing is, because obviously it is the start of transitioning, I would want this to be a little bit lighter. So I do think you can just have this open and also obviously style the collar a little bit different and maybe tuck it, or you can have this open and wear it a little bit more of like an open jacket. But I think this was really cool, and it's something different. And again, from being Anthropologie, it wasn't too bad of a price point, but I just loved how this had something a little bit of an edge to it. Again, it is falling into that kind of heritage feel with the check print going through, but it's kind of that modern take on it. So I'd love to know you guys' thoughts in the comments. Obviously, I will play around and see how I can style this, but I'm not sure if to size down, or again, I'd probably maybe wear this open with like a t-shirt or something underneath, quite casual, because I feel like this just speaks for itself. But it's just this part I definitely would want to kind of tuck in or style a little bit differently, as you can see like here, and have more of that neckline coming across. But I'd have to play around with this and see. It's just literally freshly out the bag. It got delivered today, so I thought I would share it with you. And then lastly, this is a little bit more of a high-end piece compared to the high street H&M items I was showing you and the Zara jacket. But this has been on my wish list and I finally took the plunge and got it. I feel like I've been seeing this being served to me for like the past, I think even from like last year they did quite similar. But I think this is so chic and it really falls into that exaggerated shape. So it's got the puff sleeves, the neckline, the collar of this is so cool. I love how it comes up here, the buttons, and then again, it has that real waist hugging peplum feel to it. And it's cropped. I'm seeing a lot of items in my wardrobe at the minute I'm loving that are cropped. If you saw my Bicester Village video, you would have seen that I got some really lovely pieces from Sandro as well that are very similar shapes to this. And I just think this just is so chic. I absolutely love it. And even just paired with these jeans from Reese, I think it works so well. So I'm definitely going to be taking this on my upcoming trip to Paris because I feel like this would be perfect for it. And again, it's kind of that elevated but casual look. You can wear this day to day and just have it with like a pair of jeans, or you can dress it up. I also love the fact that the arms are 3/4 length and they come in tight, so you're not constantly having to pull them up. Just the whole fit of this fits me so well. I absolutely love it. It's so beautiful. So they do come in a few different materials, and I ordered the same shape, same colour from Net-a-Porter. It's actually a brand called Destree. I might be butchering that, but I'm coming in close to kind of show you the detail of it, because the one from Net-a-Porter was a different material and it had gone into the sale, whereas I did prefer this one, which I got direct off their website, and it has a little bit more of like a sheen to it, and I think it just looks a little bit more elevated. So this is the final piece that I thought I would share with you in this video. I have had quite a lot of new items in, like I said, from when I went to Bicester, some really good staples I'll be styling for the season. But I feel like these items that I've been showing you from the high street and a little bit more high end, you can see how they fall into these trends that I've been talking about, and the ones I'm definitely more leaning towards for the season coming. But I hope you enjoyed this video, you found it insightful, and I will link everything down below as usual. And of course, I'll be sharing everything else I'll be getting for the upcoming season and ways I'll be styling pieces that I've already got in my wardrobe from last year in a lot of videos to come. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.